Good morning. Welcome back to Entrepreneur Country TV. This is edition 30. In news from the week, we want to congratulate the young 10-year-old Yanni, a Finnish boy who discovered a bug in the system of the photo sharing platform Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, and as a result has won $10,000 from Mark Zuckerberg. This is a perfect example of how carrot not stick approach works. By Facebook, Instagram recognizing that it's impossible to have a bug-free system and incentivizing people who can find the bugs in their system to bring it to them for a small cash prize, they found a hacker who can't even have his own Instagram account yet has discovered a bug which has been awarded and fixed and solved in a way which is helpful to Facebook and helpful to the young Yanni. This is a great example of how companies need to approach the problems as they develop their platforms and go digital. They need to incentivize and think carrot, not stick, and recognize that the only future which is possible is a future which we co-create using carrots to incentivize people to help us get to the future to achieve our objectives. I frequently encounter skepticism by a lot of people who don't believe that any of these Goliaths will make it to the future. But I tell you what, the characteristics of the survivors, the Goliaths who will make it to the future, who will transition through this paradigm shift, are clear, and has a lot more to do with Darwin talked about in his survival of the fittest, natural selection, than anything else like balance sheet or cash pile or stock market listing and so forth. The leaders of large businesses who intend to be winners as they reimagine their industries as ecosystems are frankly just adaptable. They don't believe that they hold any set of beliefs that are so firm and so rigid that they stick with them. They adapt to market conditions. Now let's go back in ancient history for an example of a Goliath that actually did shift to the future. In August 1995, Microsoft was about to launch Windows 95. There I was, working on the Motorola PowerPC microprocessor account, and we all watched this amazing computing industry event where they licensed the Rolling Stones' Start Me Up, and it was a big deal. But Bill Gates, being shrewd as he is, was watching Mark Andreessen and Jim Barksdale over at Netscape. They also had gone public that year with Netscape, and they were embracing something called the internet, which was new at that time in 1995. Within 4 short months, Bill Gates and Microsoft pretty much disregarded the impact of Windows 95 and moved all of the deck chairs on that massive ocean liner that Microsoft was to the other side of the ship. And instead of tacking one way, they tacked to the internet. And they embraced the internet fully. In November 1995, Bill Gates announced his new Road Ahead book, which was their Internet Manifesto. And within 3 short years, Netscape was virtually irrelevant. They basically showed that it is speed and adaptability and intent and purposeful leadership which enables a company that big to position itself for success in the future. Microsoft is an example of leading into a new paradigm. Now, Entrepreneur Country helps large companies that are intent in leading in the next paradigm. We work with companies who, as that great Canadian hockey player Wayne Gretzky said, skate not to where the puck has been, but to where the puck is going to be. We help companies imagine their future, basically take out that clean sheet of paper and say, how should this industry work? That's what Entrepreneur Country does. We help large companies get to the future. That brings us to the end of edition 30 of Entrepreneur Country TV. Thanks so much for tuning in this morning. Please do subscribe and share this with your network, and continue to send us the great recommendations of what you'd like to see and hear on Entrepreneur Country TV. I'll see you next week.